how to make big decisions in life. In the past, I couldn't make a decision to save my life. I couldn't choose if I was gonna eat M&Ms or Skittles today. I couldn't choose if I was gonna go to college or go to the job world. I didn't know what I was gonna do. So in this video, I plan to show you how to make decisions in a very sound way. I have a 3-step framework that you can go through, and at the end I have a little way that if you feel like you made the wrong decision, how to get over that, and how a mindset that you can carry with you so you don't have to worry about decisions and always think about you made the wrong one. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Richardson. I'm a coach here at Life in Your Terms, and I make these videos to pass on my knowledge and pass on my expertise to help you guys learn these things quicker than I ever could. The first step is going to be to get information, and I want you to get this information distraction free. What I mean by this is often we are making decisions, or thinking about making decisions, but we got the TV up and then we're doing research about it, whatever. Or we're on our phone and not thinking and actually sitting with the decision and actually thinking about it. Because if you just sit, sometimes I like to go outside at my deck out there and just sit and think, the right decision will come to you, and it'll be easier for you to break it down. So it's going to get information distraction free. So for example, you're going to research all options. So for me, I had an example where I was going to spend $1,000 within my business, and $1,000 used to be a lot of money to me. And so I had to think about, okay, how am I going to spend this money? Do I want to spend it on ads? Do I want to spend it on a course? Do I want to invest in crypto? Do I want to invest in the stock market? Do I want to blow it somewhere else? It's like, there's a big decision, and how do I want to spend that money, and what would have been most value for me? So you have to do is just find all your options and then break them down. And a good way to do this is to seek advice from those ahead of you. So look at the people that you want to be like, or even ask yourself, what would future you do with this big decision? It's a good reframe, because future you is actually going to give you the best advice, because they 100% fully understand your situation. They have no biases in it, and they know how you would act. So when asking that, you can then see, okay, how would future me spend this $1,000? Well, future me would probably take that $1,000 and invest it in business or education. So that's easy. And then what I did is I then looked at experts. What would they do in the back of their journey? So people that already got $100 million net worth, what did they do at the beginning? Well, they put that $1,000 into education. And so that's what I did. I took that $1,000 and deployed it within education to help me learn more and more. And so you want to see, what would future you do? And then also, what are experts doing with this big decision? On top of that, one other thing you can do with getting information is asking yourself, what are the outcomes? So for me, what are the outcomes of spending $1,000? On ads, I could learn. Within my business, on whatever else expenses, I could also learn. With course education, I'm investing in myself and my skills, which I think I could learn the most from. I could also spend it on meaningless shit, and I wouldn't learn anything, and I'd really just blow the money. And so looking at what are the outcomes can help you evaluate and look at, okay, maybe I should make that decision because the outcome is in line with my goals. So ask yourself, what are the outcomes? Research all the options, and then see what experts are doing, or what would future you do, and do this all distraction free. And then you'll get the best information possible to make the decision. The second step is going to be evaluate the values and goals with the decision. So is this decision and the outcome that you think you're going to choose in line with your values and goals? So you can ask yourself, does it align with your one thing? So for me, my one thing is to help others free themselves from the victim mentality in life so they can take control of their direction and their outcomes so that they do not feel a victim of life. And so by doing that with business opportunities, I only do business opportunities that are in line with that. I only take on ventures that are in line with my one thing. So developing what is your one thing in life can be helpful to understand these things and help you have a very easy metric to be like, yes, good decision, no, bad decision. And the decision might not be good or bad, but it's just based upon, is it in line with your one thing? I was also working with a client who she does customer service team leads. So that's what she does. She leads a team of customer service representatives. And for her, the company she was at was not in line with her values. They cared only about the money, while she cared about the customer and the value she was providing that customer. So for her, the big decision of leaving the job was a hard one, but it was a good decision because it was not in line with her values. Even though she made a lot of money there, whatever, it didn't matter because she needed to leave that job because it was not in line with her values. Another thing you can ask yourself with values and goals is this decision going to make the most out of my life? So you could ask yourself, staying in bed all day or going to the gym and having a productive day, what is going to be making the most out of your life? That can be a good way with big decisions. I know that's such a small decision, but with big decisions in your life, I encourage you to go big. So instead of just playing it safe, sitting at a job, making $60,000 a year, why don't you go big if you have those dreams? Now, of course, it's okay if that's what you want to do. If you want to just work at a job and be able to live life outside of that, great. But I encourage you to go big if you have that ambition in you, or if you want that. And also, think about making the most out of your life. Don't think about happiness. So with decisions, think about, what can I do to make the most of my time here, instead of thinking what would make me the happiest. Because we have limited time on this earth, and I have found that when I optimize for happiness, number one, I get mad at myself when I don't feel happiness, when I feel sad, when I feel stressed, when I feel angry. I get angry at myself and I feel bad about it. But on top of that, I find that happiness is a goal that I never really reach. It's just an emotion that is fleeting. And so I think about what is making the most out of my life. And when I do that, and when I do make the most out of my life, I feel really good about it. And so that's what I encourage you to do as well with these big decisions. Now, on top of that, one more thing you can do with goals and values is ask yourself, what do you want? Not what your parents want, not what your friends want, not what society wants, but what do you want out of your life? And when you can identify that, that'll help you give you another metric or another good litmus test about what decision you should make. So a good way to ask yourself this is, what does amazing look like in your life? You can go around the balance wheel. It's in the description below if you want to do it. But basically, you go through professional, relationships, health, and resources, and you ask yourself, what does amazing look like in each of those areas in the next 12 months, in the next 5 years? And from there, you can evaluate your values and goals related to that. The third and the final piece is the action and the mindset. You have to act. Once you have your information, once you've evaluated the decision related to your values and goals, you have to act. And it is so important that you act, because social pressure and perfectionism and overthinking will hold you back. If you do not act, not acting is a decision in it of itself. And by doing that, you will hold yourself back because of what society wants from you, overthinking the decision's not going to work, or the perfectionism that you don't have the perfect conditions to act. A good example of this is leaving your job to start a business. If you just think about starting the business all the time and never take action, you will never leave that job. And the overthinking can be very powerful in that instance, but I encourage you to take the jump. If you have a no-brainer idea in front of you where it's just like, yep, this is a great business idea, I would encourage you to just take the jump, take the leap. And it's the same thing with any decision in life. We tend to overthink. We think that we need 100% of the information, but I found that you don't need 100% of the information. You just need enough information to make the decision. Because if you go too far, if you try to think too much, you'll become a perfectionist. You're like, there's no perfect conditions for me to act. You'll overthink about it. Well, I don't know if this decision is the right decision. I don't know if it'll work. Maybe I should just play it safe. Or you'll think about, what do my parents want from me? What does society expect from me? What should I do in line with that? But if it's not really what you want, then you're failing yourself. And that's why you evaluate values and goals, and you ask yourself what amazing look like, so you don't have to go through those things. And by the end of that, even if you're wrong, even if you've got all the information, you've evaluated your goals, you don't let society and you've acted, but you made the wrong decision, that's okay. Because if you make the wrong decision, number one, it'll give you a better story. For me, I lost a few clients at the beginning of my coaching because I made mistakes. And part of it was me not acting. And so because I didn't act, I lost the clients. But it gives me a better story because now I understand to not make those mistakes ever again. And on top of that, I can share that, you know what, I lost these clients along the way, but here I still am successful no matter what. So it'll give you a better story, number one. Number two, you can ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years with my clients? No, it won't matter in 5 years because I'll have hundreds more clients under my belt after that point. So ask yourself the question, will it matter in 5 years if I made this wrong decision? Probably not. And on top of that, the one final thing that you can do if you feel like you made the wrong decision is to realize that all you can do is learn from it. You can't go back and change what you did. There's only one thing you can do now, is to never make that decision again, or make that wrong decision again. Make a decision, fail once, and just learn from it once. Learn from the mistake once. So that's how you make big decisions in life. Go through this process, I promise you'll make the best decision possible. Get information, evaluate values and goals, and act on it. And by doing those things, I guarantee you'll feel better about decisions in your life. If you like that video, please comment, like, and subscribe. helps the channel, helps me know that if you guys like these videos and I can make more of them.